Good morning, YouTube! I'm turning to the dark side for one full week of 7 days, starting today, Monday. Alright, I've been up since 3 a.m., so I'm a little. Anyway, my body still won't reset after hunting season. I don't know what it is, but I'm burning out. In the meantime, I thought, well, I have this contract that's going to be over in another 2 days, and it's like, yes! And then I have a chance to renew and get more money and buy a new computer, among other things. And so we'll see what the terms and conditions are like. And if they're doable, then yeah, I'm in. I'm going to do it. And I am looking at both M4 systems and I am looking at PCs. Originally, I wasn't even looking at another PC. It's just like Mac and that's it, right? Like I got a PC. What the hell? But then again, some of these high-end games are like really choking bad on my PC, and it's like I really need more, right? Because I only got a 4 gig graphic card in this with its own dedicated VRAM of 4 whopping gigs of a 3050 NVIDIA, and I'm like, Decimated will work on 8, but it does prefer 12 gigs, and it wants 32 gigs of RAM. Now I've got the RAM. I got 64 gigs of RAM in this. I've got 3 terabytes of storage. That's not an issue. I've got an 8-core all-performance core processor that can nut itself out to 4.6 gigahertz. That's not an issue, but the video is. And I can't upgrade the video in this laptop, or I would. Anyways, probably be a lot cheaper. But, so yeah, I'm looking at laptops. Not finding a whole lot on MDG. Kind of holding out to see if they bring the Lenovo 5i back, because that thing kicked ass even over the friggin' Omen from HP. And that would have been a great choice. But I'm also looking at desktops. But I'm going to have to look around a few other stores for laptops because, well, Now, I'm not turning my back on Apple, so don't get this wrong, okay? Apple still has my full attention, especially when it comes to music production, because I'm having a really tough time even finding free audio software. Because see, GarageBand's free, and it is extremely powerful, and so far more powerful than any of the freebies I have found thus far. Okay, and I want to have software that offers me like loops, for example, not little sound effects. Okay, like NHC software. It's more like sound effects, and it's like, nope, that's not going to work. Okay, I need the actual loops like what Apple has. I need that in a program. And if that means, well, I'm probably stuck with GarageBand, well, that's fine. Well, in this case, or Logic. And Logic I can buy pretty cheap anyways, and once you buy it, you're done. You buy it once, it's yours for life, free updates forever. At least on the Mac OS. iOS, different, but I think Apple does the rental program on that because there are people who would actually use an iPad for it. And you can. You can actually do it once you learn that interface, which is a nightmare at best. That's why I don't. But I'm still cutting my videos on an iPad. But I want to improve my videos. I want to improve the quality of the video. I want to do more within the video, that sort of thing. And that little M1 Mini just ain't got the poop for it. Okay, this is why cookie cutter world it's been since 2008. So, but there are Macs out now that can handle this sort of level, and I want to get into that because I think that that's what's going to improve my channel the most for subscribers and views. It's not going to be the content in itself. I mean, that does help, obviously, and so do titles, but the thumbnails, the picture-in-picture stuff, and all other things, right? And that little thing just hasn't got the snot power to handle that. And I'm pretty sure that this one is really not going to handle that very well. Though, another reason I'm doing this is I got a pleasant surprise the other day. All the updates I've done on this thing with Windows 11, because it is a native Windows 11 laptop, but even all the graphic updates we have with the NVIDIA card, and BIOS updates, the whole shebang, right, over the last couple of years. The last time I tested this thing for video editing, even with Movie Maker, it was still like 13 minutes slower than my Mac M1 Mini, which is like 16 gigs of RAM, 4 performance, 4 efficiency cores. This is all performance. And it's like, seriously? Like the Mac ate it for breakfast and spit it out sideways. Well, now, and the quality is always better on Mac. Now we have a new pleasant surprise. the other day when I did a video on this, same program, but it was only seconds difference. The whole process, start to finish, was within seconds. I'm like, holy crap, I guess it does pay to update, which I always knew anyways, but I didn't think it would unlock that much horsepower. So, of course, I had to resend a Bench R23 this thing, and wow, talk about improvements, both multi and single core. And I'm like, damn, okay. Anyways, now R23, by the way, is still not compliant for Apple Silicon. It runs on it, but you're not going to get true readings, all right? But either way, that has a mild improvement with OS updates, according to R23. This one had some major performance increases. And I'm like, okay, well, and the video quality used to be definitely different with the same video, because it's just raw footage going in. I mean, it shouldn't be different, but it actually is. Well, now I can't tell the difference. And I'm like, this has potential. Because, see, you can surf on any computer. It doesn't matter. Chrome is Chrome. You know, Edge is Edge, doesn't matter. They're all the same for the same, right? So that's no reason to upgrade to a computer because of surfing, because that's not even on the radar. But when it comes to your video editing, your music production, I mean, that's important stuff, right? And I've got DaVinci on this. I have run DaVinci on that one, and it's kind of like, well, I got a lot to learn. Anyway, more advanced software for you. Oh, excuse me. I told you I was up since 3 a.m. I wasn't joking. Anyway, so right now the only thing I have for music software on this thing is the newest version of Audacity, and of course I have WavePad audio editor software, which every time it opens you gotta click. Yeah, I certify it's for personal use, for at home. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Anyways, it does have a lot of nice things in it, which is kind of cool. But under the library for, say, loops, they're not loops. They're just sound effects. And it's like, okay, that's not helping me out with a comparison to GarageBand. It's like, yeah, let's have an explosion happen. Okay, let's try this. Whoopie dang. Okay. Now, these are sound effects. They're not the loops that I would need in one of my own songs, right? So, obviously, for free software, this ain't going to cut it. So, anyhow, but I do have to make a decision soon as to what I need to put out for a new computer. Then I got to let my guy know. Then we have to talk about terms, because it's going to be a little different this time. And if I can handle it and accept it, then I get to get a new computer, right? But it has to be either a Mac or a PC. Now, I am leaning to PC for gaming side. But then the Mac side, I mean, for anything audio, my M1 Mini will last me 100 years for anything audio. Because audio doesn't require much, right? But it's the video editing. I'd rather do it on a Mac if I can, because, well, I'm used to it. I'm used to the software, and you know, I'm used to interfaces, all that jazz. And I just kind of prefer Mac. But when it comes to gaming, Mac sucks. And there's hardly any games out there, even on Steam, for Mac compared to Windows. And even though there are a lot of Mac games out there that are the same as PC, a lot of those I don't even like. But there are a lot of PC games that I do happen to like, and they're not on Mac. And I want to do more gaming on the channel too, which means I need a PC capable of doing that, right? And I can't upgrade my video in this, unfortunately, so that kind of limits this thing to what I can do for gaming on YouTube with you guys. So I'm kind of in a conundrum. So I thought, you know what? Let's just strip everything down. The Mac is like out of service right now. I've taken it offline completely. I'm gonna just use the built-in screen here, no cheating with a 4K, because that's not right. I want to do it just as this particular system is, right? And see how things are handled and how well it handles on its own. Now, I am screwed at 1080p only, but I do have the refresh rate for gaming, which is nice on this screen, because it's almost triple what my 4K native display is. And I am stuck at the 1080p, but at least it's an IPS panel, so it's quality, right? So I'm kind of sitting here thinking, and my wife's like, "You're turning back to the dark side, aren't you?" I said, "No, not me." And no, I would never give up completely on Apple. But I got to tell you, though, it is kind of rather disappointing that we have M4 chips out now that are smoking fast, and we still can't do that great in games, even for what we've been testing over the last 4 years. And it's like, still not much of an improvement. I'm playing the same games on a PC with like 5 times the FPS, and it's like, seriously, Apple, you really got to accelerate things a little wee bit better, or get rid of all those efficiency cores, because efficiency cores are killing Apple. Okay, this is all performance cores, man. It's raw adulterated horsepower, right? So there's a difference there. And my Mini, it's an 8 core, but it's 4 performance, 4 efficiency. I live in performance cores on my Mac. I rarely ever have the efficiency cores active, right? And it's like, this is performance all the time. You know, so it's kind of like, that's a big difference, right? So anyway, we're going to do this test. We are going to give it a week. This is also why it's going to be a separate video. So this will be repeated next week with a new title of, you know, what happened kind of deal. And I'll let you know. So no Mac use whatsoever, 0, okay? And yeah, I also have no Thunderbolt ports, so I had to hook up one of my Type-C external drives because I got to back up my YouTube videos somewhere that I'm going to be uploading over the next week, and then they got to be re-backed in to the Mac and then swapped over to that external drive because I only have one drive and it's Thunderbolts, and I have no Thunderbolt port. I only have Type-C and Type-A's here. So that's another thing. I really would like to continue access, because if I ever did switch away from Apple, I've got a lot of money invested in Thunderbolt drives, and I'm like, I would need a PC with Thunderbolt access, or it's just not worth me doing, right? Because that's like way too much money to remember. Actually, I do remember. I just don't want to talk about it. I spent a lot of money on those drives and the internal drives inside them because I build them, right? Anyway, so that's it for this video. Wish me all the luck in the world. If anybody knows of any software I haven't figured out yet that would be along the lines of GarageBand in comparison, shoot me a link down below in the comments section, and I'll check it out and see. But so far, NHC is not winning my favor, and Audacity, of course, is just basic audio, so that doesn't count for anything, right? I don't do cookie cutter friggin' audio stuff for my music. I want more of a pro level, more instruments than just a guitar and vocals, right? And I want certain types of effects. So, but anyway, that's it. That's all. See ya.